The screen is dark. The faint sound of wind howls through the silence. Then a heartbeat. A faint scream. A hammer striking metal. The voice begins, low and calm, but trembling with tension. They said Season 6 would be the most powerful chapter yet. But no one expected this. Leaked images. Rumors of bloodlots of it. A crucifixion scene so real that even the cast couldn't stop crying on set. What's happening behind the cameras of The Chosen has everyone asking, how far will they go to tell the truth? The screen flashes quick cuts, blurry leaked shots, fans gasping in reaction videos. A title card appearing in bold white text against black. The Chosen Season 6. Leaks and revelations. If you thought you were ready for the final chapter, think again. Music swells, deep drums and distant chanting as the narrator continues. Tonight, we're diving into everything the leaks reveal, from shocking behind-the-scenes details to emotional moments that could change how we see this story forever. Get ready, because what's coming next isn't just another season. It's the moment that will shake the hearts of millions. It's fade to black with the sound of a heartbeat slowing down. Before we talk about the leaks, let's step back and remember how we got here. The Chosen started as a small independent project, just a dream shared by a few people who wanted to tell the story of Jesus in a way no one had ever seen before. No big studio, no Hollywood pressure. Just faith, creativity, and a crowd of believers who helped fund it. The narrator pauses, letting the emotions sink in, and somehow it worked. Season after season, the show grew bigger. Millions watched around the world. Churches streamed episodes, families cried together, and fans called it the most human version of the story they'd ever seen. Jesus wasn't just a distant figure anymore. He felt real, alive, like someone you could talk to. Cut to clips or visuals if B-roll is used. Crowds at screenings. Emotional fan reactions, behind the scenes of filming. But with every season, the story moved closer to the inevitable, the crucifixion. Everyone knew it was coming, but no one knew how The Chosen would show it. Would it be gentle, symbolic, or raw and painful? That's what made the leaks so explosive. Because now we finally have a glimpse, and it's nothing like anyone expected. The music shifts darker, heavier. According to insiders, Season 6 doesn't hold back. The tone is darker. The emotions are heavier. The light that guided the first seasons begins to fade as betrayal, fear, and pain take over. And through all of it, the question that The Chosen has always asked burns even brighter. What would it really feel like to be there, watching it happen? Close the section with a slow fade and an emotional pull. These leaks aren't just spoilers. They're a look into the most intense production this team has ever faced, and maybe the most powerful retelling of the crucifixion ever filmed. Music fades out. Silence. The screen flickers. Faint static. A blurry image of a Roman cross fades in and out. Then the voice returns, slow, deliberate, and heavy with meaning. It started quietly. No big announcement, no trailer drop, just a few anonymous posts late at night. Someone claimed to have seen early footage. Another said they worked on set. Then the images appeared. Low quality, grainy, but unmistakable. A wooden beam, a desert hill, blood on the sand. The music builds tension, like something sacred being exposed. At first, fans didn't believe it. The Chosen had always been careful with spoilers. But soon, more details started leaking, descriptions of scenes, scripts, and emotional confessions from people who claimed to be part of the crew. The whispers turned into waves. Something big was coming. Something far darker than anything we'd seen before. Cut to blurred thumbnails of leaked footage headlines, online forums, and shocked fan tweets. According to those who claim to have seen it, the tone of Season 6 is different, raw, painful, and brutally honest. The crucifixion won't be a distant moment of history. It will be personal, close. You'll see fear in the eyes of those who loved him, and blood that refuses to look like movie makeup. Every drop is meant to make you feel something. Pause. Then the voice softens. One leak described the scene as the hardest thing to watch and the hardest thing to forget. Another insider said the director pushed for absolute realism. wanting the audience to experience not just the pain, but the weight of what that sacrifice truly meant. The sound of wind grows louder, the kind that feels ancient, echoing across time. Whether these leaks are real or not, one thing is clear: The Chosen is preparing to go where few faith-based shows have dared. No filters, no comfort zones, just truth told through suffering. The camera pans slowly over a cross silhouetted against a red sky. And yet, hidden between all the rumors and screenshots, there's something deeper, a quiet hope. Because even in these leaks filled with fear and blood, fans noticed one thing that never disappears. The light, music fades, leaving only the faint echo of a heartbeat again, just like the one from the beginning. The light fades. The music turns low, almost silent, just the sound of breathing and distant wind. Then, a faint whisper. They say this is the scene that broke the crew. Still image flashes, a wooden cross lying on the ground, half buried in dust. Then a man's hand, trembling, gripping a rope stained with red. According to the leaks, this isn't a polished cinematic crucifixion. It's something raw, something that makes you forget you're watching a show. One insider called it too real to film. Another said, no one could stop crying, not the actors, not even the camera team. The narrator pauses, letting silence speak for a moment. This time, there are no perfect camera angles. No golden light to soften the pain. It's filmed in harsh daylight, shadows sharp, air thick with dust. You can almost feel the heat on your skin, the exhaustion in every step. When the hammer strikes, it doesn't sound like a movie effect. It sounds like truth. Cut to flashes of description, slow motion, dust swirling, soldiers shouting, disciples hiding in the crowd. Every detail is designed to make you feel the weight of what's happening. The actor playing Jesus is said to have stayed silent between takes, refusing to speak for hours to stay in character. Some reports claim he even asked the crew not to make eye contact during certain moments. The atmosphere on set was described as sacred and haunting. The voice drops lower, slower. The leak also hints that the camera won't pull away from the suffering. Instead, it stays. It stays on the pain, the trembling hands, the tears. You're forced to see what love costs. You're forced to remember why this story still matters. Faint choir begins in the background, not loud or glorious, but fragile, almost breaking apart. The blood is real, not in the literal sense, but in how it feels. You see it and you understand it. It's not meant to shock you. It's meant to move you, to make you stop scrolling, stop talking, and simply feel. The narrator takes one last breath before the fade out. If the leaks are true, this isn't just the most powerful moment in The Chosen. It's one of the most daring scenes in faith-based storytelling, a reminder that pain and love can live in the same heartbeat. The music fades into silence again, leaving only the sound of a distant hammer echoing once more. 3 strikes. The internet never sleeps. And when the leaks dropped, it didn't just whisper, it screamed. The moment those images hit social media, it was chaos. Fans were crying, arguing, defending, doubting. Comment sections turned into confession booths. One side said, "This is too violent. It's supposed to be about love." Another replied, "That's exactly what love looks like, sacrifice." Clips flash by, scrolling comments, teary-eyed reaction videos, blurred thumbnails of fan debates. Within hours, hashtags exploded. Hashtag to real. Hashtag stay chosen. Hashtag the crucifixion leaked. Some viewers called it the most emotional thing they'd ever seen, and they hadn't even watched the full scene yet. Others warned that the leaks went too far, crossing the line between faith and spectacle. The voice softens for a moment, almost like it's talking directly to the viewer. You can feel the division not between believers and non-believers, but between hearts that want to look away and hearts that need to see. For some, the pain is unbearable. For others, it's necessary. Because in a world where stories are often polished and pretty, this one bleeds. The music rises, slow, tense, like a storm forming. Even pastors and faith leaders joined the discussion. Some praised The Chosen for daring to show the truth, the brutal, human truth. Others feared it might push people away, especially younger viewers. Faith doesn't need shock value, one wrote. But maybe it needs honesty, another replied. A montage plays, close-ups of fans lighting candles, others scrolling on their phones in disbelief, tweets flashing in the dark. And through it all, one message kept coming back. If this is what Season 6 is really like, I'm not ready. The narrator takes a deep breath, quiet, heavy. Maybe that's the point. Maybe no one's supposed to be ready. The crucifixion isn't a scene you prepare for, it's a moment you survive. And these leaks reminded everyone that even after 2,000 years, the story still cuts deep. It still hurts. And that's why people can't stop talking about it. The music slows again, fading into a heartbeat, steady, human. Love always divides before it heals. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what The Chosen wanted all along.
What?
Fade to black. The sound fades, too quiet. Just the low hum of a breeze moving through the desert. A clapperboard snaps. Take 47. But this time, no one says action. They say something changed on the set of The Chosen Season 6. The line between acting and reality started to blur. For the cast, the crucifixion wasn't just another scene. It was a spiritual weight. Every step on that dusty hill, every scream, every drop of fake blood felt heavier than anything they'd filmed before. A faint whisper from a crew member echoes. You could feel it. Everyone stopped joking. It got quiet. Behind the cameras, some crew members were seen wiping tears mid-take. One of the assistant directors reportedly said, "I forgot I was watching a performance. It felt like witnessing history." Even the sound crew, normally focused and detached, struggled to hold back emotion. The music grows deeper, strings trembling, heartbeat rising. The actor playing Jesus was said to stay in silence during filming days. He walked barefoot, refused to eat lunch with the others, and prayed before every take. When the nails were placed on his wrists, props, but still cold metal, several extras reportedly broke character. Some turned away. One collapsed in tears. Cut to blurred behind-the-scenes images, a camera shaking slightly in the wind, people standing still, heads bowed. The director, Dallas Jenkins, has always talked about truth, about showing faith as something lived, not performed. But according to reports, this time he asked for something even more. Don't act the pain. Feel it. And they did. Every cast member felt it. The set became more than a production. It became a kind of living prayer. Then, the voice grows softer, almost reverent. One actor described the day they filmed the crucifixion as the hardest, holiest day of my life. Another said when it was over, nobody clapped. Nobody spoke. We just stood there. Some hugged, some cried, and some walked away into the silence. The sound fades again, placed by the faint buzz of wind and footsteps on sand. People say, the camera never lies. But this time, it captured something that couldn't be written in a script. The moment when art, faith, and pain became one. The screen fades to black with the echo of a quiet breath, like someone letting go. When the camera stopped rolling, the story didn't end. For those who were there, it stayed with them. Silence. Then, a single heartbeat. The music slows. A single violin note lingers in the air, fragile, trembling. The image of the cross fades in, not as a symbol of death, but of something larger. Every drop of blood in The Chosen Season 6 isn't there for shock. It's there for truth. Because pain, real pain, has always carried meaning. For thousands of years, this story has been told, painted, sung, but never like this. Never with a camera that refuses to look away. Pause. The narrator's tone is calm, but heavy, like someone explaining a secret the world forgot. Blood in The Chosen isn't violence. It's honesty. It reminds us that love costs something, that salvation wasn't born in silence, but in screams and dust and broken flesh. And that's why this version of the story hurts, because it's not distant. It's human. Cut 2. Gentle visuals. Light cutting through dark clouds. Faces in tears. Hands clasped together. Through the leaks, people saw more than a crucifixion. They saw the price of mercy. They saw that the story of faith isn't about perfection. It's about endurance. about keeping your heart open even when the world nails it shut. The music swells, low strings, faint choir. Some say The Chosen is going too far, showing too much. But maybe that's the point. The cross was never meant to be comfortable. It was meant to wake us up, to show that even in the darkest moment, light still breathes. That love, real love, bleeds before it heals. The voice slows, soft, almost like a prayer. In the leaks, there's one image that keeps appearing, a single tear falling into the dirt near the cross. Some say it's from an actor. Others say it wasn't scripted at all. Maybe that's what The Chosen has become. A space where performance meets truth, where pain becomes sacred, and where the story we thought we knew still has power to break us open. A long pause. The screen fades to black. Then the narrator whispers, "This isn't just a show. It's a reminder. The blood, the tears, the silence, they're not scenes. They're echoes of something eternal." The music shifts one final time, from sorrow to stillness. Because sometimes, the only way to show love is to show the wound, fade to black. Silence. The screen stays black for a moment. The sound of wind fades. Then, faintly, a heartbeat, steady, soft, human. The leaks from The Chosen Season 6 may have revealed scenes, images, and spoilers. But what they truly uncovered was something deeper. The cost of telling truth in a world that often prefers comfort. Pause. Gentle piano begins, low and emotional. These aren't just behind-the-scenes moments or gossip for fans. They're glimpses of artists wrestling with faith, pain, and beauty all at the same time. They're reminders that storytelling at its purest isn't about entertaining us. It's about confronting us. And sometimes, the truth has to bleed before it can heal. Cut to faint imagery. A sunset over a barren hill. Footprints in the dust. A single drop of red falling to the ground. Whether you believe or not, whether you watch or scroll past, this story, this moment, is meant to reach something inside you. Because what The Chosen is doing isn't safe. It's raw. It's human. And that's why it matters. The music swells. Soft choir voices hum faintly, almost like distant memories. When Season 6 finally arrives, people won't just be watching a crucifixion. They'll be witnessing a reflection of sacrifice, of pain, and of love powerful enough to survive it all. And that's what makes this different from every show before it. The narrator's voice drops lower, quiet but full of emotion. So the question isn't what was leaked. The question is, are we ready to see it? To feel it? To let it change the way we understand faith and art forever? A long pause. Only the sound of a heartbeat remains. Because when the blood dries, when the cross fades, and when the credits roll, what's left is the question that still echoes across time. Would you have stood there? The screen fades slowly to black. The title appears in silence. The Chosen, Season 6 coming soon. Then the final whisper, soft, steady, and haunting. Don't look away. The truth was never meant to be easy. Fade out completely, end.